Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com, and today I am doing a much requested video on my office / craft room. So I'm going to try to keep this to as few minutes as possible. I know some of these videos can get very lengthy. So I'm just going to go through and give you just an overview of my room. If you would like more information on anything, you can just comment below. But this is what you see when you enter my room. So this is just a spare bedroom here in my house, and I've just taken it over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here. This is the wall leading into the room. Here, I'll come over so you can get a better idea. So I just walked in through that doorway. So I'm going to start off at the wall right here. So this is my desk unit. I purchased this from the Container Store. It's by Elfa, and I absolutely love it. I don't know if I can go back any further. Nope, that's as far as back. And I just absolutely love it. So it goes all the way up to the ceiling. So I've got 3 shelves above my desk, and then I've got drawers down below. This is part of their decor series. It isn't the solid wood, or not solid wood, but the full wood desk. You can see here the desk base here is the all wood. But what I did for the shelves is these are just the wire shelves right here, you can see, and then I just added the decor fascia pieces to the front of the shelf. Just that was a much more economical way to put this shelving unit together when I was pricing this out. So you can see here I did some of the wall units with the shelves that you can add, and you know, obviously they're modular so you can move them around. I have my desktop, my iMac desktop right there. And then I have another wall unit right here that I just added some pictures and things like that. And then this is my little desk organizer that I got from Staples. It's part of the Martha Stewart office line. And actually they just rebranded that, so you can actually find this again. And then down below, I just have a drawer here with office files. And then here in the middle is my keyboard and mouse. So these are both wireless, which is really nice. And then this is just little office drawers, you know, with pens and office supplies, things like that. So then I'm going to oh, and then the desk chair that I use is from the Container Store as well. It's very comfortable. It's bungee cords. So when you sit down, it has a nice little give. And obviously this one does not have arms, but there is a version with arms. Okay, so now I'm going to open up my closet doors. These honestly stay open all the time, but I just thought it would look nicer to have them closed when I started the tour. So this is from the Container Store as well. This is Elfa shelving in drawers, and I just kind of have everything stored in here. The top 2 shelves, one shelf you really can't see. That's just storage, you know, Christmas decorations, wrapping paper, not decorations, but wrapping paper, just some artwork where I put kids, you know, stuff that I really don't, you know, need too much. But the 3rd shelf, so this shelf right here, that's where I store my stamps that are currently in the catalog. Right over here, that's over here, this is just where I have like my sewing kit, my label maker, just some extra supplies. And I have to say, I absolutely love my label maker. That has made my life so much easier because I am organized and I label everything. The shelf down below, you see some mailing supplies. That is some paper, cardstock paper that I don't really use much anymore. This center basket, that is all of my paper pumpkin kits. I took them out of the boxes and I put them into cello bags just to make them easier to store. And then I have some more stamps over here, and then this is just my video equipment. And then down below, these are just supplies that, you know, I don't use on a regular basis, but, you know, it definitely need. So embossing powders, extra, you know, supplies, things like that. I just keep them all in here. And then just some tech supplies, things like that. So nothing too exciting. And then this little bin right here, you know, that you can find at Walmart. What is it? Sterilite. I think so. Yeah, that's what it is. That's just, you know, some shipping supplies, mailing, things like that. And then down below here, you'll see a little shelving unit on either side of this base of drawers. This is another Elfa unit. Now, I didn't get all of this Elfa at the same time. This is all accrued over many years. The closet and the desk unit, that did happen within a few months apart, but all these other Elfa units, I had these pieces for years before I did this room. But these are the under cabinet shelving unit. So I had that in another part of our house, and then actually in our kitchen, then when we redid that, or when we remodeled our kitchen, I just took them out. But they just house like some retired ribbon, things like that. So, and then the one on the other side is just, you know, kind of a catch-all, just random things. Okay, and then here next is going to be my shelving unit that I have behind my desk. So there's my desk, and then the shelving unit. I purchased this at Lowe's. This is one of the commercial chrome shelving units. I really like it. As you can see at the very top, that's just kind of where I have some home decor pieces that are seasonal that I just keep up there. And then the shelf below that has my 12 by 12 paper, the scraps that are right here, how I store my scraps, and I did a video on that probably about a month ago. And then those two white bins, that is, these are from Stampin' Storage. This has my thinlits and framelits, and then this has all of the embossing folders. So I can get a little bit closer so you can see that. So this houses all of the thinlits. Whoops. So you can see they're on the magnetic cards there, which are really sturdy. And then here, this is all the embossing folders that that I currently use and that are current in the catalog. So everything that you see out that I use, it is current, just because, you know, if I'm using it, I want my customers to be able to purchase it. Now, I did have some wonderful friends give me a Stampin' Storage gift certificate for my birthday, so I think I finally decided on getting the 12 by 12 paper units that are similar to this, except these are 8.5 by 11. So that will go right here once I get that. So here, this is how I store all of my colored cardstock. And again, if you watch the video that I made regarding the scraps, and I'll link it in the video notes, you can see how I've color coordinated it rainbow color. Then down below, there's my printer and a heavy-duty paper trimmer, just a little catch-all divider, little file folder dividers. And then this is where I also organized some of my scraps. And then down below that, just some more storage. The black and white item right here, that's my sewing machine. And then this basket right here, that's another Elfa basket that I ordered incorrectly, that I couldn't, and I don't live close to a Container Store, so it's not easy to return, so I just kept it, and it's a little storage basket for me. And then over here, this is one of the Raskog carts that you can purchase from IKEA. And that just kind of houses just a variety of things like my ink pads that, that are non-Stampin' Up! And some Stampin' Up! Ones that you can get in the catalog. And then down below, those two little plastic containers right here I put all of the ink spots that you get from Paper Pumpkin into those little plastic containers. Just makes it easier just to keep organized. And then down here are just some random things. And then this is my like Big Shot station. So this is a cart, again from IKEA, from the Container Store. And with these carts, they're customizable. So you can get it as high as you want. You know, you can customize the type of drawers that you want. You know, if you want all deep drawers or all skinny drawers, you know, that's the great thing about the Container Store is you're able to customize it, and then you just attach this melamine tabletop to it. So it's sturdy enough. That's where I keep my Big Shot. And then let's see, I'll just open these drawers. This is just, you know, kind of like extra supplies with adhesive. This is where I keep my Stampin' Write markers. I just picked these up from, I think I got those at Bed Bath & Beyond. I think that's where I got those. And then this kind of has all of my, there's my paper trimmer and then my Big Shot stuff. And then this is where I keep all of my cards and envelopes. And then down here is just some punches that are non-Stampin' Up! That I just like to use for personal reasons. And then this is how I store my, my twine. So I just got these glass jars. I don't even remember where I got these from. And then ribbon that, whoops, ribbon that's retired, but in bits and pieces that you never know what you may need that for. So I just keep those in there. And then up above that, I have my ribbon shelf that I purchased from Stampin' Storage as well. And then above that shelf, I have two other shelves. I got these at Lowe's, and they're the shelves that you don't need the brackets, but I put some brackets on, but for whatever reason, I think when I went back, they didn't have any extra brackets, so these are a little bit different. You can see the brackets there. But these are all the current stamp sets that I'm using from the Occasions catalog, so I like to keep my current, you know, the special promotion type items very hands-on, so I keep all those stamps right here. This is another jar of some twine. This is how I house, this was one of the questions, how I house all my embellishments. I just keep them in this little basket, just standing up, and I can just grab them. This is how I store my washi tape. I got these units from Michaels. They were on discount, so I'm not sure if they were liquidating them or if they're changing up, but it's pretty handy. So they have like a rough edge where you're ideally supposed to be able to actually pull the washi tape and rip it. I just grab one of these. They come apart like this, and I'll just grab whichever one I need and just bring that to my table and then just use it that way. And then up here is another one of those Martha Stewart desk organizers, and this is where I just keep all of my twine and there and some other twine. And then this is the little caddy that we carry for like buttons and things like that. And then some Project Life collections, my albums. These are very old stamp sets that I need to figure out what to do with it because I'd like to have that shelf space. And then really, I mean, I have another shelving unit behind my lighting, and that's just kind of like more decor pictures and things like that. That's the tabletop tripod I use to record. And then I'll just come over to my desk. Here, let me come this way. So I use my desk chair also for my table. Now this table, this is a really old table. I purchased this trestle table from Pottery Barn years and years ago. I want to say before we ever moved to Florida, so that's been well over 16 years ago. It's nice, it serves its purpose. You know, ideally I would love to have a table that is counter height because I do like to stand When I make my videos, I prefer standing, but at the same time also would have an option where you could sit down and have like a counter or a bar height. I'm sorry, I think I said counter height. You know, one where you can stand. But on my table, I'll just start over here. This is just another one of those little Sterilite units. I just have everything labeled, and you know, I just have it at my reach when I need it. It just keeps things a lot more organized. I do use the Color Caddy from Stampin' Up. It is full, so I do need to invest in another one of these. And that's just where I keep all of my inks. These are 2 more of those Martha Stewart desk caddies. These things I just absolutely love. So that's just where I keep, you know, some of my, you know, things that, you know, I just want standing up, like, you know, adhesives. And then this is just where I keep like my little 6x6 paper stacks. And then those are our punch boards. And then these 2 little bowls are just kind of catch-all right there. And then this is just where I store my tools that I use most. And then just this little plastic bin is where I keep my acrylic blocks. And then right here in the center is just where I have my mat, and then my paper, and then the current project that I'm working on, which I'm working on March's Paper Pumpkin Kit. And then that's really it. I'm going to have my trash can underneath here. I have a paper shredder. It's just really interesting stuff. Oh, and I guess I should show you the shelves above my desk unit. I'm kind of going out of order. So here, this is another Stampin' Storage. This is the punch storage unit, and you can see that this is how it comes. It comes unfinished, so I forgot to paint this when I was painting all the other things. And then just, you know, a little basket. These 2 wire baskets right here, that's where I just kind of store all of my all the current projects that I've just recently made. And then these 2 magazine holders that just holds current catalogs. And then honestly, the 2 upper shelves I really don't use very much, and I need to get a little bit better and be, you know, think about how I could use those 2 shelves better. And then I guess the only other thing I'll show you this is because I found this really helpful. So I'm kind of like one of these people that, you know, wants to keep all of my cords managed and everything like this. So I found this unit here. I think I got this either at Container Store or Amazon. But when you pop up, and I'll link what, because I can't even think of what it's called. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on. So as you can see here, it keeps all of my cords in check, and then it has these little slots down here where all the cords can slide into, and then the lid just goes on like this. And then I got these as well from Amazon. They're like little macaroons, and you can just wind your cords around there, and there's 2 different sizes. So I've got a small one there and then the larger one there. And that just really helps keep all the cords in check for me. Okay. So guys, I think that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. If you, if there's something specific that you want more information on that I have that you would like, comment below as well. I hope this helped, and I guess that's it. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.